So many of you have written about your family meeting. Okay. And most of you have written that it has been very useful. Right? Now what is that meeting doing for you? Some of you have written that it is helping us to have a more closeness in the family. And most of you have written very nice things. Also, some of you have written that we have been able to see the faults of each other and try to help them. So those kind of things will happen, isn't it? More the interaction or more the meaningful interaction, more of sharing, then some I would say growth will take place in both of them. If you are sharing frankly, you are talking, you are engaging with each other. So those kind of things will happen. Okay. Now this is at a individual family level. You are discussing at the family level. Similarly, when you discuss at a higher level, you will set up a collective set of things that you want to do together, right? So for example, in the family, you want to have dinner together. You may have decided to have dinner together. So you are setting up some kind of program that we'll talk about in the culture and the civilization part. But what is happening when you are collecting these things? Okay. You are collecting some mental impressions. You are updating your sanskar. In every interaction, you may be updating our sanskar. Okay. So far we have been discussing development at the individual level, the development of understanding, and also the purification of the accumulated sanskar. So whatever impressions we have from before, whatever memories we have from before, whatever is the basis for our decision making, we are trying to make it more and more in line with our natural acceptance. So we are trying to understand our natural acceptance, and we are trying to purify our basis for decisions more in line with our natural acceptance. That's two things that we are doing, right? So if we look at what is sanskar, what is the content of that sanskar? Okay. So our sanskar is composed of all the conclusions from our imagination over all time. So written over here, acceptance is derived out of summation of desire, thought and expectation from all time. So where is that 20-year-old? Yeah. So it's the accumulation from 20 years. Okay. So like that we have the accumulation of our imagination. And also acceptance is born out of right understanding. Whatever we have understood, we may have, that is permanent. No? So for example, if you have been able to understand that I want to live in relationship, then that will be part of your sanskar. So sanskar contains our conclusions about this existence and about my role in existence. What is this existence and what is my role in this existence? So of course in the existence you will have other human beings, you will have animals, birds, everything that exists. Okay. So you'll have some view about that. And what is my role with these? Some of you have written in your feedback about your pets. that you have a good interaction with those pets. So you are interacting, you are interacting with everything, and you have decided some role with that unit or that set of units. So our acceptances, these are our sanskar, is our acceptances on the basis of which we are making decisions. Okay. And all of us are in the process, so we are, we have to look at our sanskar and see whether it is in line with our natural acceptance, with our swabhav, with our natural characteristic, or it is otherwise, and keep on working on it. So if you look at our acceptances, it includes our preconditioning, our likes and dislikes, our tastes. It includes all of that. So if we have to make a decision, we always try to make that similar decision. I like red color, so I'll buy some red clothes. So we have those kind of tastes. So that is part of our sanskar. That helps. That is the basis on which we are making our decisions. Conclusions drawn from life events, experiences, and we might make a formula for our living. So some people might make a formula for living like tit for tat. Yeah, if this person said this, then I will, do that. So we make some formulas, or we make some conclusions from these experiences, and those are also situated in our sanskar. And also our understanding of the human reality, of the universal invariant existential laws, principles, about the way the existence is. So whatever we have understood about relationship, about harmony, and about coexistence, that is also part of our sanskar. Okay. So ultimately we have to see whether our preconditionings and tastes and our formulas for living are in line with relationship, harmony, and coexistence or not, ultimately. And that is what purification would mean. So we have to check whether our sanskar are in line with our natural acceptance or not. And if we are aware every moment, then we will be able to see where is this coming from. Broadly we did, is my imagination coming from right understanding, from my natural acceptance, from my swabhav, or is it coming from some preconditioning, or from some sensation? Okay, so broadly we have done that. Then as we go into more exploration, we will be able to match it with relationship, harmony, and coexistence. Okay. And without that awareness, whenever we are not aware, our sanskar is the one that is taking over in a sense, and you are making decisions on the basis of your sanskar. Isn't it? Coexistence, harmony, and relationship. I wrote it to remind myself. Okay. Or you can write it the other way. RHC. Whatever. Okay. So any questions on this so far? Can you see that you are accumulating your sanskar and your decisions are based on your sanskar? Whenever you are aware, you can check.
Yes. Good morning, sir. I don't know if this is in the context, but I have this question. With our consciousness is traveling from time to time and accumulating all the preconditioned things, so we get the sanskar. So what decides our consciousness to choose this particular body?
That is also your decision. Wherever you feel that, whichever environment you feel that will help you to be more happy. Okay? So, for example, in this group, you would have made some subgroups when you have lunch. Are you having lunch with the same people, or you are?
Almost same.
Almost same people. How did you decide?
We know each other.
But
we don't want to go out of the comfort.
yeah, you don't want to go out of that comfort zone. But initially when you decided on some basis. Okay? So it's something like that only, that you are deciding to go where you feel you will be accepted, where you will be happier. Okay? So you decide on that basis. But let's see where we are right now, instead of, next, this thing, when we choose body, right now we are just choosing whom to be with.
So all these are predetermined, or it's free will, sir?
You explore that, keep finding out, but at least you find out how you choose whom to have lunch with. If you go for a conference in which you don't know anybody else from before, you still make those groups. On what basis are you making those groups?
Same ideology.
Yeah, but you have never met them before.
So first thing is
Yeah.
in my case I can't have lunch at home.
Yeah.
It means like it's kind of an observation, what we are discussing, association. It means my consciousness can determine to whom should I associate with.
Yes.
But also if I get to associate with the new, I can also develop. Both are possible, or it's a consciousness taking a decision.
Ultimately, you have to decide. Ultimately, you are deciding to join this group or that group.
Or a new group. All the things is taken by the conscious.
Yeah. You may or may not be aware of it. The last line is that you may or may not be aware of it. So it is important to become aware of it, and slowly that awakening means getting aware of yourself. So if we are aware of it, we can work on the sanskar. If you are not aware of it, whatever has accumulated in those many years, it is acting. You are active on that basis only. So this is one thing. Another important thing is that sanskar, ultimately you want it to be in line with your natural acceptance. Only then your decisions will be in line with your natural acceptance. So you want to purify your sanskar. Okay? And that is possible by matching your existing sanskar and your natural acceptance. So to be aware of your natural acceptance, to be aware of what is going on, your sanskar, and see whether these are matching or not. That is evaluating your sanskar. Okay. Just by seeing your actual sanskar and seeing your natural acceptance, you will be able to decide those things. Okay. But getting there might take some time. But all that needs to be done is observation. Observation and then matching it, evaluating. So the sanskar at the next moment is equal to sanskar at this moment. The environment that you have around you at this moment, as well as the self-exploration that you do in this moment. So out of these, which is fixed? The sanskar at T is fixed, environment is fixed, or your exploration is fixed? Your sanskar, can you do something about your sanskar that you have at this moment? Only for the next moment, what are the things that you can do? Self-exploration. Can you change your environment?
That environment I feel is not good for my success. I can take a conscious decision to move away.
To move away from that, yeah.
Environment is same, you can change our view how we see the environment.
Yeah, that is your self-exploration will help you to do that. But the environment that you have at your home, you have option to work on it. Like this family meeting. You can have a regular interaction. Don't make it into this topic, that topic. Just have interaction, sharing. Okay. That will change the environment in your own house. Similarly, the environment that you have here, is it different from your classroom environment? Okay. So yes, you have some choice on your environment, but the most choice that you have is on your self-exploration. You can do that self-exploration every moment. So what is required for that is to be aware every moment, and then be aware of your natural acceptance, to be aware of your, at least your imagination, and then keep on matching these things. That's the morning session. Okay. So you can...
But the view is sanskar, environment and self at the present moment it doesn't change. Is that right?
The point is that you have choice of ensuring self-exploration. You can do the self-exploration.
No, but you asked which will change.
Which is a given. Your sanskar is a given. The others are variables. It is here right now. I want to change it to T, the sanskar at T+1, I want it to be better than sanskar at time T. Sanskar at time T is the given one. Sanskar at T+1 is up to me, based on self-exploration. And if you have an environment where your self-exploration can be facilitated, that is a better environment than an environment where it is difficult to do that self-exploration. That's all that I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that your home can be a very good environment for self-exploration. You have to make effort for it. Your institution can be a very good environment, but you have to make effort for it. Okay. So that is what is written here. Since the natural acceptance of every human being is pure, that is for harmony, relationship, harmony and coexistence, every self has the potential for completeness of right understanding and completeness of purification of sanskar. Okay. So, at the end of the first 3 workshops, this must have been shared. What is it that you can do? I'm just adding one point here. Okay, this is the old slide. I want to be aware of my imagination, my desires. Acha, no, this is the new slide only. It has sanskar here, sorry. So I am trying to purify what I am. So I need to be aware of my desire, thought and expectation as well as my sanskar. Also I need to be aware of my natural acceptance. Then I can match these and work on my sanskar. This must have been discussed in UHV intro and UHV2 and all that, isn't it? So at an individual level, I am carrying my sanskars from one moment to the next moment to the next moment, making decisions on the basis of my sanskar. And I have the option to purify my sanskar, to understand my natural acceptance and to purify my sanskar. Understand the existence as it is and to align my sanskar in alignment with the reality, in alignment with the natural acceptance. Okay. So this is one part, I would say. Now, what are the opportunities where we can improve our sanskar, understand the reality and also purify our sanskars? So let's look at that. Various societies, various sects have different rituals to transfer their way of thinking, their worldview to the next generation, to develop their sanskar. Okay? So here are, many of these things that are written. So, birth ceremony. They are working on the sanskar of the newborn, but also the sanskar of the parents, what they have to do. Isn't it? So like that, for each of these things, there will be some explanation. So can you see that in your society you have these kind of ceremonies? Any additional ceremonies that you have? Sports, yeah, okay. Those are activities. Sports is an activity. What else? Housewarming. Yeah, Annaprashan. Ear piercing, yes. Family deity, yes. Yeah. So you have various such events. You also have various ceremonies, various, you can say, festivals. So you have various of these things. Okay. What is the purpose of those? So we'll see, some of them and see what is the purpose of those things.
We will share our culture to our next generation. We want to transfer.
Yeah.
That's the main motto.
Yeah. What is that? Yeah.
All of this is made for the common welfare of the family.
Yeah. All the families, everybody. Yeah. So that is taking inspiration from those who have made some effort or made lots of effort, and then be like them, isn't it? Okay, so let's take a look at these ceremonies one by one. But before that, let me go back to this. As an individual, I have my individual likes, dislikes, my sanskar. As a family, we might have some likes, dislikes, we might have some sanskar. Okay, when you collect the sanskar of a group of people, you are labeling it as culture. So as a family, you have the same collective sanskar, or you have different collective sanskars. These families that are here in this room. Different collective sanskars, right? So at the level of thought, we have different collection of sanskars, and we come with some common way of expressing them. That is culture. Civilization. So you express them in a certain way. So your family, you might be having dinner at 6 o'clock, right? In another family, they might be having different timings. Right? Those are simple things. But at every level, there would be some, you can say, commonality, so that it will be orderly, that the family will be working in some orderly manner. So your collective sanskar contributes to the culture of your family. Similarly, the collective sanskar of a whole society will be expressed or will have some commonality. So you might have a commonality of the language in Tamil Nadu, right? Similar kind of food you might have. So like that you'll have some commonality. That is your culture, and then you express it in behavior, in work. So all that is your civilization. Okay. And like that we have many different groups. Like your family and the other family is different to some extent, and yet similar at some extent. Right? The expressions might be very different, but at the level of understanding it is same. It needs to be same. At the level of thought, it will be, many thoughts will be there. And at the level of expression, there will be a lot of variety. Okay. So the languages may be different in different regions. The food habits may be different in different regions. Okay. But they all want to nurture their body. They all want to ensure relationship, isn't it? So your expression of how you interact with each other will include all these sort of things. Includes the knowledge of a particular group of people. Your traditional knowledge over here, your Sangha literature and other literatures that are there may be different from some other region, because it's expressed in a different language perhaps. But the essence is the same. So you can take a look at that your culture will include the basis, your knowledge, as well as its expressions in living. It will include language, faith, food, social habits, music, arts, customs, and so on. So many things are there. You have a different kollam. In Andhra, they have a different mugu. Somebody else will have some other way of expressing those things. So it includes all of these things. Sanskar forms the foundation upon which culture is constructed. This collective mindset in turn gives rise to a shared culture, influencing its members' thoughts, perceptions, and behaviors. So you have made some articulation of your collective thought and put it together in some form. Okay. At the level of the nation, you have a constitution. Okay. And then you have some ways to express that constitution or to enforce that constitution. So can you see that your individual sanskar is at the base of your culture? Can you see the connection? Which one will be the one that needs to be purified so that the whole is pure outside also? At the individual level, isn't it? A culture that is guided by justice, that is relationship, ensuring mutual happiness in relationship, ensures a deep interconnectedness of all individuals, fostering a sense of relatedness that transcends the boundary of the immediate family and extends to the world family at large. So if we are able to see at the level of understanding if it is the same, if we are able to ensure that right understanding, then our sanskar will be purified. And similarly, and as a result of it, our collective culture will be, similar. Our expressions may be very different. Okay. So there are some more details about it. You want to share something about this from your sanskar to your family culture, and from family culture to your culture of a city or region? Yes.
To those who don't know about my family, because I think few of the people knew about it already, I've shared in the previous UHV. I'm born basically from the Hindu family. Like, I'm Hindu. I'm married to a Christian. So when we have to get married to a Christian, I think in front of them, no. Any other Christians? So we have to undergo, the Christian peoples have to undergo this baptism, Holy Communion and Holy Confirmation, and still there are more. So after doing this, again we have to attend the marriage class, and only for my husband, it's not like I have to do this, I underwent all these formalities, and it's a love marriage. I came out of my family, but my father knew this. I spoke to him about this, but he's very clever. He said, like, we can extend it, but I knew, like, he's planning something. So maybe a month before, I came out of the hostel, and I was living, with him, in the sense, like, his mother was there, father was there. So 1 week before before my marriage, I came out, and we married, and it was a formal marriage where we got married with the help of a good family friend. And after the marriage, then my parents didn't accept me. Even after my first son, 2006 I got married, 2008 I gave birth to my elder son, and 2010 I gave birth to my younger son. And only after the first birthday of my younger son, my father sent my brother, and that is how we got connected. But also after getting connected, my father was, I'm sorry to say this, but my father was concerned only about the physical facility. Like, he wanted to know, like, how I am living with my husband, whether I'm in a good state of physical facility, So what is my husband working? What is what is my position and all that. So he observed all this, and after that, once he thought like assumption in the sense like I am well settled, so he doesn't want to carry about my future or something else. So just like that, but like to my surprise, it's not like surprise, but I was not having what to say. Oppositionக்கு என்ன சார் சொல்லுவோம் எனக்கு இப்போ வரல. I was not related to him because all the caring, guidance, everything was given by my husband, and that is the reason till now even very very rarely I would have called my father or mother. Only he speaks with my father, and whenever my father speaks with him, he says, how is madam? Madam is always busy. So this is how like till now I won't even have a conversation, but he is undergoing dialysis. I'm sorry to say that he travels alone from Viluppuram to Pondicherry to Jipmer Hospital weekly thrice, and there was a pathetic condition when he was bleeding out, and during that time it happened, he called my husband. Still my brother was there at home. My sister's husband is there, but it happened that he called my husband. It was during around 3:30. It was 2 bags before the Matu Pongal, second day, and we received him. He was taking care of all that, and still after that he didn't even make a call. He doesn't make a call. So it's like that, it's happening, and I hope like how I think you will observe me, and why I'm not making a call to my father or mother. So it's only due to my husband. Then, like as usual, I have some opposition with my mother-in-law. So because he is only son, he doesn't have sister, no brother, he is only son. So she was not able to accept immediately myself, because my husband was it's not like obeying, like initially where newly married couples, like they will do whatever the wife is asking and all that. So she used to feel and she'll be conveying to a neighbor like nowadays he's not at all taking care of me, nowadays he's not obeying my words, he's only behind his wife and all that. It happened. So I gave birth to 2 children, but I wanted to say that without my mother-in-law I couldn't have completed my PhD, because she was the one who took care of both the childs. And I attended the PhD interview when the day before I got delivered to my second son. The next day I got delivered my second son. So, and after that I started doing my PhD. So when I gave birth to my second son, and after that we have to undergo all these things, and during that time it was only my husband and my mother-in-law who was taking care of all, my kids, A to Z, everything. So I'm really gratitude towards her. And at this point I wanted to say about this culture is that, and since I got converted into Christian, I was having faith in Sai Baba. I was a ardent devotee of Sai Baba, and she used to say that like ஹாத்தில் ஒரு கால் சேத்துல ஒரு கால் சொல்லுவோம்ல, இங்கேயும் இருக்கிற அங்கேயும் இருக்கிற, what is this? Either you go towards one religion, because you came inside our home, like you came into a community, so please go with one religion so that both of your sons would also go with the same religion. Okay, then I decided my mind, and then regularly, like we need happiness. So for her happiness, I started going to church every Sunday. So regularly, because that is very that gives her happiness, because she says like you roam around anywhere, like go there, okay, fine. One day you cannot devote your time for Jesus. This is what she says. And family prayers, she always insists, family prayers, that we were doing in between, but I'm not continuing it, to be frank. So the point what I wanted to say is that only due to her happiness, I got into the church and I moved far away from Sai Baba. And then what happened is that when I came, like we shifted to Chennai here, from Pondi to Chennai here, and then it happened like and another point I wanted to say, it's been more than 18 years, my husband is going for this Sabarimala. More than 18 years. And this thing, my mother-in-law doesn't like this, but only one point he says that, please don't interfere with this. That's all. So my mother-in-law will not speak. And to my surprise, my younger son, he always feels lazy to take bath in hot water. Even when we push into the bathroom, he takes at least 20 minutes to go and get inside the bathroom. But when he was wearing that Sabarimala beads like mala pottu irukumbodhu, 5:30 he was taking bath in that cold water. It was very surprise. It was like he was also hearing that Sabarimala song, everything. So, like how it happened, it's only the universe which is bringing together. So, our family is a combination of Christian and Hindu, I can say, and also Muslim, because my husband's most of his friends are Muslim friends. Till now, they will call and say, Machi, eppadi irukra? Love you, Machi. All these are Muslim friends. And during the occasions, the Muslim friends will call him and he will call them during the Muslim functions. So I wanted to say this culture with Hindu, Muslim and Christianity is prevailing. And still now, I am going to church regularly. I do celebrate Christmas and Easter the most, as well as my mother-in-law, if it is Diwali, she says that we'll do some sweet and you have to take oil massage, and also during the puja time she says don't take non-veg, and also during the Pongal she said don't take non-veg. In spite she is being a Christian, she also follows this. So it's like we are all a human being. So that's it. So I wanted to share this.
Thank you for sharing. Ultimately,
Universal problem.
ultimately we have to see where the commonality is and work out how to live together. So ultimately it will be a right understanding, it will be a human culture and a human civilization. That's what we are talking about, that human civilizations, human culture, human...
like then and there, that right understanding, it is my husband who teaches then and there, because I knew like already he's imbibing these, like most of the time is natural acceptance works. So like even now I'll get angry, I will be still reacting. So during that time it is my husband who always says, guides me, saying that this is not good, you have to be like that. So I always think that he is a person who has undergone many UHV workshops. So he actually responds in that manner. So this is how, like still now it's like I'm being a baby. So he always teaches me, advises me like you have to be like this, you have to be like that. So daily he actually cares for me. So I'm feeling gratitude for him.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. Any other thoughts on family culture, on community culture? Yeah.
I don't know, it is to do...
One second. You can see that your husband's sanskar is driving this activity, and as a collective you have some, you can see that there is commonality at some level. Okay. Ultimately, when there is right understanding, there will be commonality at more levels, more at the level of thought also, there will be more commonality.
I have one doubt by this regard.
Yeah.
Like mom is telling, I never, because one of my colleague also having this same kind of problem. But the thing is, I always advise her till the day he get married, his father only used to feed her, because only 2 girls at her home. But since she got married to person, so she came out. But till now they are living in same street. But I will not take the point of I got angry with my father and mother so that I will not talk. I am not taking, because as a father and mother, the way this is, out of love and care only, they are not talking to their children. But no father and mother will think that I will not talk to my daughter. Maybe I don't know that exact word. Is that father and mother will think like that. I will ask my colleague also, please better his father age is 75. I lost my father 3 years back. So after missing him, I am feeling very, very bad. So I will ask my colleague, please go and talk to your father. They may treat you in other way. You go and talk. Same way ma'am is telling, right, I am not talking to my father like that. So is it so like father, we can neglect our father and mother to other relationship, it is okay. But what is your advice that people are angry with the father and mother, I wanted to know. Because I am telling my colleague, she is not at all going and talking. His father health also somehow not good. But they are telling, no, my father will not accept, my mother will not accept. They are treating me like that. Is there are people they will treat kids or daughter and son also that way, Bhaiya? I will not take into that one. Even my sister also tell my mother no, I will not. Some fight means I will not talk. She is like that. I will say no. Father and mother will be like that. Maybe way they are reacting will be different. But she will also not accepting. So how you are seeing that is this issue by father, mother with kids?
See, we are trying to match at the level of our activity, at the level of behavior, at the level of doing. And you can see that there are differences because there is lack of understanding and lack of feeling and lack of understanding.
Okay, Bhaiya, okay.
So we have to work for that.
Okay. But that working also I wanted. From our side we can work. Let it be. Because they brought up to this world. They are 50 years above. Let it be. Because I saw my grandmother after 80 years and all, they were like child. But when she was young, she is a king of the entire family. She was like that. But after 8 years old, she became child. So that way I am thinking, why we should take the words of the parents to that level so that I will not talk, I want to break the relationship. They will not accept. But if you are going and touch their feet, if we talk, they will accept us as a child only, no Bhaiya. That will happen, I am thinking. But I am seeing some cases like that. I got angry with my father and mother.
Yeah, see, somebody else wanted to. Yeah.
I would like to add one point regarding this father and mother. What I personally feel is there are many relationships in the world. There can be different feelings also. There are only 2 souls which can never feel wrong about their own children. It can be emotional level, it can be feeling level, or whatever level it might be. The way we take it can be a little misunderstanding, or we have a lack of understanding on the feelings of what they are keeping on us. In fact, I would like to say one point. If I say I am angry with my parent, then my conscience is not working properly.
See, it's
then I have to be, because they are the one who have created me, they are the one, their sanskars, whatever they are showing to me, that's how I'm getting built myself or getting involved.
See, your can have one workshop.
Real life instance for this.
See,
Why parents are different. In real life, this has happened, okay? But it happened 30 years back, okay? I think now the children all are grown and married, but this happened. The girl was studying in Tirunelveli Medical College and she loved her senior, 1 year senior to him. He was also in Tirunelveli Medical College. The boy's family accepted him, accepted this relationship, and they were ready to get them married after the course over. That boy is about to complete, that is his senior, she is in the final year, one more house surgeon she has to do. This guy is in the verge of completion. This was the state. And the girl's parent was totally against it. How they are totally against is really, even in cinema we can't imagine it. That was to such an extent it happened. These two, the girl knew about her parents, so she came out. But she came out and then she told that we have to get married or somewhere. They, from Tirunelveli, they flew. They went to Kerala and there they were there in the medical college. That's, this guy got a job over there. His friend somehow managed. They were there. But this girl's parents came and they said that we will take care of you. Why do you did all this? Then they believed, right? Their parents. So they let them inside. But they came inside and what they suddenly said, they called all the surrounding people and said, how did you trust this doctor? He is not a doctor. He has took my daughter and they are not married, all this. But by the time these people have did some service over there, so all the people around them have trusted them. So they said it was on some Saturday, Sunday, so they can't file the case or something. So they immediately asked how these neighbors took care of them is, they personally called the registrar. At that time it was all possible. They came home officially with a date earlier, they made the registration marriage. So that even if the parents file the case, it will not happen in the court. So they did this, all this. But this girl's father, what they did is, parents both, father and mother, they said that all these things which you are wearing, even the dresses, all, whatever she was putting over there, without a single piece, they took everything over there. Oh, you are married, and then, so they took and they went off. This happened one day it happened and then they went off. And after that, this girl, what they did it, they somehow everything they got it, and she was some 5 months or something when she was conceived. The girl's parent again, they came and they said that, okay, we will take care of you, everything. And really these people believed because they are all parent. Okay, since she was family way, they thought that they are really good. And when this guy was about to go for a meeting, they took this girl away and locked in a place. This guy doesn't know where that girl is now. And now when they were asking this, what to do with this, they told that girl, no need to worry, we will do all this, no need to worry about the child and all, we will take care, we will get you married, all that. And she was locked, no one was aware where the girl is there. This boy was crying and he didn't know, he's a doctor, but he didn't know what to do in this situation. So he ran and came to my father and said, somehow you have to help me, because of this only I knew this incident. So he came and told that you have to help us out. Then my father, since he knew certain people in police and other things, he arranged to find out where she is there and other things, and they found that they took her to Madurai in a place and they have locked her in a hotel room or something. After they found it, when it was said that these people, all police and officials, all went and released her, and after that she came, and then after that they said you should not hurt anything. If anything happens, we will put you in the thing, we will take it in the court. That was the case. After that they went. Now all are joined together, they are happy, everything is there. But this is the incident which took this to both believe their parents, but the girl's parents didn't accept till that stage. After till all these they didn't accept. But once their status grow, this guy is too good. Wherever he goes, the place wherever he is there, all trusts him, and he is such a good doctor. That's the one which he has got. Still they are with him. He didn't do his master's as per my knowledge. I do not know now he has done or not. But they are running a hospital and all that. Their status has improved everything. After that, the parents came and joined, but they didn't refuse. They accepted. So this is the one which happened. So in this case, but they didn't refuse, but initially it happened. The girl's parents, or to that extent, they went to that case. So it's case to case, it varies.
Yeah, so these are all kinds of incidents that are happening, okay, and we have all kinds of assumptions in us. Like parents are the ones who can, like Mariam's, so check whether they are preconditionings or they are, your natural acceptance, and whether it is actually happening like that or not. So you should check these things. Okay.
In our culture, normally the girls side,
People only affected. Usually, whenever they got love marriage, so it will be very much impact on only the girl side.
See, all these things are incidents that are happening today.
Not like that, sir. I tell you an incident.
No, we can we can keep those incidents. We are trying to understand how do we get to a humane society. Okay, if we have good examples of what we can imbibe, that is well and good. But if we are discussing problems, are we going to get there?
So nowadays there is no issue, sir. In that period, that is a big issue.
Yeah.
All of them accepted nowadays the love marriage. They never opposed them. Why I am telling like that means I missed my father. Because of this reason, I got a love marriage. My sister got a love marriage. After 3 days, my father unable to tolerate that incident. We missed our father.
So justice is not ensured in this
definitely
case.
They have to understand about the feelings.
Yes.
Feelings and whatever the things want to do, so we have to think 1 hour more time. So after 10 years, we suffer a lot. We have 6 sisters. So first sister marriage and second sister got a love marriage. After that, the 4th sister, we are struggling to get marriage, even though we are good.
Yeah, because there is this preconditioning that if somebody is like this, then the whole family is like that.
So definitely the madam understood the feeling of the father, then build up the relationship. She is a lucky one.
Yeah, now let's get back to, okay, last one.
It's just nothing story, but like from my ancestor, I've seen there was a culture, and this is also in some of the tribe, that they would never take out the seeds from the ground. So whatever is cultivated above the ground, they will only cultivate that. That was the tradition, always. And whatever is beneath the ground, they will never take that out. That was a very nice culture, always. But later on, it has been not been followed like that. So that's what I wanted to share. But that we have seen it, and still in somewhere we have that. So if there is a small garden or whatever we do, we keep at least 1 piece seed there, but we take the rest. But that was a nice culture.
Yeah. So you have these practices. You have these practices. Unless we have the logic for these practices, they cannot continue. You yourself will be asking why. Your children will ask why 100 times. So any culture that is based only on assumptions is not going to be able to continue. So it has to, if it is based on understanding, then it has a possibility of continuity. So that's what we are trying to discuss, that our culture, our sanskar, our understanding will drive our sanskar will drive our decisions, and together we can have a collective culture which is based on right understanding. Okay. And these are some events where you can share the thoughts about it, where you can share the rituals about it, so that it will reinforce those thoughts. Okay, so we'll quickly try to finish this. So the gestation ceremony is to remind the parents and the extended family of the responsibility to make a conducive environment available to the child. Okay. And so that the child has a chance to develop. Okay. So this is trying to help the parents to further develop their understanding and their thoughts and their sanskar about how to bring up the child. So there must be some of you would have seen this type of sanskar. What happens during the gestation ceremony in your environment, in your culture? Baby shower. Baby shower is giving gifts. Or the doing part. Yeah. What is the sanskar that is being reinforced during this ceremony?
So far she was vomiting. And now she to what that they are taking care of her and making her to eat something for the welfare of the child. Like they are making both the that is the pregnant woman and the child being
healthy. Okay, so they are reinforcing the sanskar of the parents and the other people around to help them to keep the child healthy. So mother will have a specific diet so that she can feed the child with nutritious milk. So like that they are trying to reinforce that sanskar.
Yeah, that is for first child only.
That's the choice. If you want to have a second child, you can have it. That's the choice, Bhaiya. If you want to have it for the second child, you can have it. That time they don't have. All the children are special only, Bhaiya.
See, as we go along, let's write down at least one line. As we go along, let's write down all these ceremonies and what is the sanskar that is being reinforced in this, and whose sanskar is being reinforced in this. Okay, write it down. So So in the gestation ceremony, whose sanskar is, or who's at the receiving end, the parents or the child? Whose sanskar are we trying to reinforce? Mother, father, child. Okay, so what is the one line you would put for what sanskar they are trying to reinforce? No, which, for what? To keep the body healthy.
It is not only the body, it is also the mind. Happiness. You have to be careful in this way. Don't worry about this.
So they are giving some advice to the parents to keep the body of the child healthy. Are they also doing to remind the parents to keep the self of the child also in good shape? Are they doing that?
Yes.
Do they need to do that? Yes. So you write down that for your this thing. Okay.
These ceremonies, if there is a 40 different opinions must be kept. Confused. Because everyone is there one.
Yeah.
But actually, what to hear do's and don'ts and their accusations has been done without understanding the whole process.
Because pregnancy is not uniform for every mothers.
No.
So they'll have experience in a different way, right? So they'll give different inputs. Whichever is applicable for our journey of pregnancy, we can take it up.
I'm not telling it that way. What I'm trying to explain, now we are talking about the collective culture. Now, every different opinions from every people are enforced and all are confused what exactly to be done.
Yeah.
We are considering only the do's and don'ts to be done rather than understanding the basic process.
Yes.
Whatever may be the ceremony, food is the main ingredient.
பையன் வீட்லேருந்து ஒரு கல்ச்சர் சொல்லுவாங்க, பையன் வீட்டில் ஒன்று சொல்லுவாங்க, பொண்ணோட அத்தை ஒன்று சொல்லுவாங்க, அந்த மாதிரி.
That is what, ma'am, we are not supposed to concentrate on what method we are doing. Ultimate goal is like assuring whether the mother is feeling stressful or not, whether she is feeling happy, what guidance she needs. That is what they are concentrating. Why we have to worry about it? No matter what method they are following. But we'll be enjoying. No, the mother will not involve in all those works. The people who are around them only are going to do it. Yeah, but the mother has to feel happy, right?
மேம் நான் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா அவங்க ஈவன் டு ஃபீட் தட் மதர் எவ்ரிபடி ஹேஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஒப்பீனியன். யூ புட் மாங்காய் ரைஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட், தேங்காய் ரைஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டு. இட்ஸ் லைக் அவங்களையே எந்த செரிமனிக்காக அவங்கள கூட்டு வந்தாமோ ஷீ இஸ் ஆல்சோ வாண்டிங் டு கெட் எவ்ரி ஒப்பீனியன். ஷீ டோன்ட் நோ விச் சைட் டு டாக் அண்ட் ஷீ இஸ் நாட் ஓகே வித் இட்னு கூட சொல்ல முடியல. டோட்டல் ப்ரெஷர் ஆன் ஹர் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் தேர் அசம்ஷன்ஸ் அண்ட் ஒப்பீனியன்ஸ் ஹஸ் பீன் ஃபார்வர்டட்.
That mic is not working.
Hello, check.
So the sanskar that is to be reinforced at the gestation ceremony is that of the parents and the people around, so that they can keep the body of the child healthy, their own body and mostly the body of the child healthy. The child is at the center of that ceremony. But the sanskar of the parents is the one that has to be reinforced most, or the other family members that are there in that household. Okay, to keep the body of the child healthy and also to keep the self, to keep on helping the child to develop right understanding. So you
Once again, actually you were telling no to keep the body of the child and mother to be healthy. From my personal experience, actually what happened was during my Valagapu, actually my mom was bedridden, so she was not able to take care of the ceremony. But from my husband's side, compulsorily it should happen. So everyone was giving, as Supraja ma'am told, everyone was giving the rules and regulations, do's and don'ts. But no one took the responsibility. Ultimately, everything came and fell on my head. To the extent, anyone who stayed in Green Pearl, you would know. I went to everyone's home. I invited, tomorrow is my Valagapu, please come and attend. So everyone, they asked, is it yours or your sister's? Mine. Then ultimately what happened was, I had to make arrangement for the function. No one took the responsibility. So I traveled everywhere, including the bedsheets, including the chaminas, everything. Heavy vehicles, we are not supposed to drive vehicle at that time, and we are not supposed to lift heavy weight at that time. So it was 8th month. I only have to lift the weight, everything, and carry home everything. So everyone was looking around. None of the relative was taking the responsibility. So they were just advising, why you are carrying so much weight? So who will do the things then? Next day the ceremony has to happen. So everything happened, and ultimately, finally what happened was, my till 8th month, actually, I used to follow holistic method only. I don't take tablets. So without tablets, I was maintaining the weight of the baby correctly. The health of the baby was too good till 8th month in the scan and everything. After the ceremony, I am going to the scan. Baby is critical. So every week till my baby was, actually I tried for a delivery at home. I tried for the delivery at home, but finally it ended with C-section. And how means, they told the blood is reversing. If you see my daughter, you will see, till today she is underweight. And she is very weak. So, then why these ceremonies? Blindly, why to follow?
That's why you need the reasoning. You need the reasoning, you need the collective, right meaning of all that, and then only decide these things. Just blindly following will not work. Yeah.
By actual reason for this gestation ceremony is that would have been married off to another family. She lost her parents' warmth and the food prepared by her mother, her family food. She would have missed all of those things in her husband's place. That's why the parents are bringing food, and it's an opportunity for the parents to meet their daughter often. Earlier it was the distances were more, we don't have proper modes of transport. That's why we have all of these ceremonies. But nowadays it has become a chaos. I'm not coming into it. The meaning is, it's a way, or it's a chance for us to meet our parents, to have home food. That's the thing.
By one small sharing, that is in our tradition, when baptism, as a baby is born, within 30 days we go to the church for baptism, and during baptism, godfather, godmother, either from girls' side, sisters and other one, and or from the husband side. Okay, so dear, the thing that you were asking, why all these ceremonies and what is the behind reason, to bring the child in a spiritual way until death. It is on the hands of the godparents. They take care, and during the next 7 sacraments.
So sanskar means whatever I have accumulated in me. It may be based on assumptions or it may be based on understanding. So for example, if my sanskar is based on assumption that material is everything and I am my only body. If this is my assumption, I am body only and material is everything to ensure happiness. if I am having this assumption and I am throwing this assumption, passing this assumption to in our children of our culture, then that culture will be materialistic. People will be working for only material. Because assumptions has gone wrong, that's why the whole culture will go wrong. Right? And if this culture is expressing outside, so what we will see in the behavior, people will be running after the material, running after the money, running after the sensual pleasures. This kind of civilization we will see. So that's why there is a need to re-evaluate our sanskar. So for example, if my sanskar are materialistic, my culture will be materialistic. People, and if you see the culture, now how would be this ceremony? How would be this ceremony? With the assumptions that material is everything and I am a body only. So how would be this ceremony? For example, gestation ceremony. So when child is about to come, since my sanskar are materialistic, my culture is materialistic, so what kind of preparation I will be doing? Can you guess? Collecting the money, collecting the toys, changing the color of home, give modern toys with AI equipped rooms, etc., etc. Selfies, etc. And when this child will come in this home, then at what basis we will deciding his name? We will decide his name on the basis of some richest person. Why? Some special person, some richest person, richest of the world. Now if I have kept this name, now what will be objective of my child? Like them. And how would we be celebrating the birthday ceremony if assumption is material?
I want to understand what was the traditional way of birthday, because it has been totally bounced now. What is the cake cutting?
Yes. So it is happening because there is an assumption. Happiness can be derived from sensual pleasures. Happiness can be derived from conducive environment. So this kind of assumption is changing our way of celebration. Right? And day by day, civilization is becoming more materialistic. Now take another route. Suppose my sanskar is based on the reality. As a human being, I am coexistence of self and body. Now what would be the objective as a parent? To nurture the consciousness, to ensure the right understanding, to ensure the right feeling. This would be my purpose as a parent. If I am aware that I am a consciousness unit. So now my whole ceremony, the way I celebrate all this ceremony will change. So if my sanskar is based on reality, then I will be preparing environment of our house in a manner so that it may appeal to consciousness. It may enrich the consciousness. Similarly, when we give name to our child, what kind of name we will give? Some spiritual person. A person who has achieved that stability. Such kind of names we will try to give our child. Then how will we will be celebrating this birthday ceremony? Please help me. How would we celebrating? Yes, Didi.
Visiting their places, like ceremony, the naming usually we give it according to the biblical saint's name. For example, one such is Mother Teresa. So the names Teresa we will be giving. Likewise, here here with
Okay. Here with respect to Christianity, so you can neglect it. In our tradition, it is, we usually refer to the saints' names and the biblical names and on their births or etc. Don Bosco, St. Francis Xavier. So those names we used to keep it. And most of the, nowadays, 2 names it has come. Basically, if my name, it is being taken Infanta Mary Priya, representing Pida, name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. So 3 names, most of the persons we used to have it. That is what it is behind the scene. So each person will have a particular saint, and as a feast we used to pray to them. Yeah, that is what our thing.
So this would be the motivation of name. Now when we will be celebrating this birthday ceremony, so what would be the objective of birthday ceremony? Now suppose child has got 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old. Now we will evaluate him. The effort that I have made from here, the name that I have given him, is he able to assimilate the characteristic? How much he is close to the characteristics? That we will evaluate. And after this all ceremony, how will we will evaluate our culture? We will evaluate our culture if my sanskar are based on right understanding. How would I evaluate my culture? How many persons have achieved that state? How many persons in my culture now have feeling of truth, love, compassion? How many persons in my culture have those who are ready to accept others unconditionally, irrespective of your caste, creed, religion, etc. So this would be the assessment of culture. But if my sanskar has gone materialistic, then how would be assessing our culture? How much you are earning? How many hotels you have? How many house you have? This kind of assessment would be. So my culture and civilization depends on my sanskar. So that's why there is need to ensure such kind of education sanskar that can facilitate students to evaluate their sanskar. Otherwise, whole culture will go in one direction. Whole civilization will go in one direction. So the problem that if you see the social structure, now we are coming from different places for job. Now we are getting married. If that person is not ready up to that level that he can accept me without any condition, he can accept me with the feeling of love and compassion. If it is not happening in my culture, then we will be fighting. Then we will be fighting. Then we will be imposing our culture to you. Because somehow I am trapped in ritual, but I have not achieved that state. That's why there is a fight. So purpose is all this ceremony is to help the person to achieve that state where he can be with his natural acceptance, swabhav. At this level, he will be living with truth, love and compassion. And this kind of person would be able to ensure harmonious society, humane society. So our whole tradition, culture, civilization need to reevaluate. And what would be the basis of evaluation? Reality, natural acceptance. Because this is universal in all of us. If it is not happening, some people have different sanskar, some people have different sanskar. So there will be different cultures. And with these different sanskar, when they come together, they will fight. They will fight each other.
You mean to say that if you name a child as Vivekananda or Gandhi or Nehru or some spiritual person like that, if we name it, and then we want to bring the culture or the characteristics of the spiritual person inside this child when it grows, and then the child can reach the target.
Right.
So we can develop more around Vivekananda.
Right. Then we will be accepting each one of us, irrespective of boundary of class, religion, etc., etc. This is harmonious society, humane society. right? So in each birthday, है ना? So in each birthday, we can be together. है ना? People started imagining that I am living in harmonious society. Right? Okay. So that's why the role of education sanskar is very important. What education we are giving? Because human is in knowledge order. He has ability to know. And if we are not giving right kind of education, he will make assumption. And now his sanskar will be governed by those assumptions. And there will be many culture with different assumptions. And when all these people come together, they will fight. So that's why we need to facilitate our students so that they may be able to assess their sanskar. They may be able to purify their sanskar. So at the level of natural acceptance, there is oneness. There is oneness. But if we are not up to that level, we will see differentiation. So that kind of preparation is required. So that's why education sanskar is very important aspect of human life. That's why we need to decide what kind of education sanskar we should give. Right. So what UHV is doing, we are facilitating students to verify your sanskar, to purify your sanskar, so that each student can reach up to that state. Right? So with right understanding, we would be celebrating this education ceremony. An objective of education ceremony would be how much you have got establishment in you, how much you are stable within you. Now parameters will change, evaluation will change. Now the perspective to celebrate all this ceremony will shift towards reality. If my sanskar are materialistic, then I will evaluate each ceremony, I will celebrate each ceremony from the materialistic perspective. So for example, in marriage ceremony, this marriage ceremony. Now what would be the purpose of marriage ceremony? If our sanskar is based on reality, then we will feel committed towards each other's consciousness growth. We will make ourselves ready to participate in larger order as a family. We will educate our child, so that he may able to participate in the larger order.
So the marriage ceremony, we have to focus on the
Relationship between me and you and my participation for the society. With understanding. If there is no understanding, my sanskar is only materialistic, then we will be deciding how much we can double our money, triple our money.
So all these ceremonies, now we're speaking about the materialistic now, there is also a domination of sensations also.
That will come materialistic.
The present, at least our time, we do have a lot of sensation of selfies and photos, and especially only the bridegroom will be in the full album. Not even one of the family members has been seen nowadays. So the sensation is also dominating. It is because of
materialistic perspective.
That is also included in the materialistic perspective. Even the sensation comes under the materialistic perspective.
See, at the time of selection, we don't think all these aspects. Suppose one person says, I love you. Then you ask, do you love my family or not? Because I will come with my family. I am not coming alone. That time people don't ask.
And down to this, my understanding is that I am just a body. That is the basic condition which I have for connecting.
That is an assumption. For
the basis, I am a body.
So the base is I am a body. That's why my whole culture is shifted to give more and more comfortability in terms of physical facility. Now the whole civilization is shifted to this industrialization process rather than ethical values people have kept behind it because of the assumption.
Yes. During the marriage ceremony in our church, we used to take an oath, both bride and bridegroom. I will first tell in Tamil. இன்பத்திலும் துன்பத்திலும் உடல் நலத்திலும் சோர்விலும் எக்காரணத்து கொண்டும் நான் இவரை கைவிட மாட்டேன். I will be till everlasting, whatever may be the conditions, under any circumstances, under any health issues. That like this we used to take it in the mass. When the marriage ceremony as a part, we take it an oath. She may continue further. Sweetie.
For better or for worse, in sickness and in health, till death do us apart. So till death it is a promise. But what has happened is that, yeah, we do say the promise before God.
You may ask me, everyone over here can put a question, whether Christian marriages it is not broken. They don't go for divorce or not that.
That happens.
Immediately everyone will shoot up.
See, the important is, what is the fundamental point?
United.
Fundamental point is
oneness.
All the good things have been told by visionaries in every religion. Are we sticking ourselves only to those instructions, or are we reaching up to that state?
No, Bhaiya, that's what I wanted to say. This December 27th, my sister's son got married. It is a Christian marriage, and the ceremony itself is like very solemn ceremony, because when I went there, I received clear instructions from my mother. She said, like, think about the moment. Do not bother about anything around you. Concentrate on your vows. They make you read it before itself so that you don't, in your tension and all, miss out the words or something like that. So she said, concentrate and do it. Look up to your husband and to the priest. Don't bother about anything else. And that's how it was. I didn't even know what was happening around me. But for my nephew's wedding, and initially they will never allow the photographers, the drones and all to come very near you in the church, because it will be happening inside the altars. It is a holy place, so they will say, don't come and crowd the place. But it was a shock to me in this wedding that photographer was literally standing inches away from the bride and the groom. One thing was, he had, 3 living grandparents. They were sitting in the first row. They were not able to see what is happening. And they were so close. And in that solemn ceremony of where they tie the tali and then they bless, and when they exchange the vows, this photographer was asking to prolong the moment. He said, stay. Poor that girl, she was in the moment only, and she was praying when he just had the thing to say like this, and he said, do it again. And it was gone, and she got irritated. So my daughter who was observing was saying, Akka got angry because a photographer guy is calling her to pose. So she also made an observation. She said the whole moment was spoiled. And the response from her father was, we have paid a lot of money to that guy.
Right. Okay. So we can evaluate. We can evaluate in 2-3 parameters. We can evaluate our culture, tradition, anything. First is how many people from our culture reaching up to that state. This could be first evaluation. Ultimately, we have made culture for that purpose, not to fight with each other. So how many people are reaching up to that state? This is one parameter of evaluation. Second is how many children or how many people are understanding at fundamental level, and how many people are just doing it as an expression. Because if we are not moving from expression to understanding, then we may fight with all these good things. If we are fighting with all these good things, then we are not understanding our culture. Understanding the vision that has been given by those visionary people. So we can assess, and we can assess, we can evaluate, we can make right program, what we can do now. Because ultimately we want to live with mutual happiness, from family to world family. So that is the objective. So in that reference we need to evaluate everything. So you can evaluate with all those good things.
Bhayo, can I add a point? I was just telling it's not which religion or what marriage it is. When it comes as a term divorce, it's just two people are separated in terms of body, but under the same roof, within the same room, husband and wife sitting in the body is sitting together, but with the self they are already distanced. Doesn't matter they need to go out and take this divorce or how many divorces in this, that, no matter. Most of us, at least in my case, I was just seeing it is not about apart. Part is even some person is sitting and there, I can still feel connected. But sitting together also, I can feel the distance. So it's not necessarily that two people have to separate just in the name of divorce. Right. Being together also, the feeling is not there, is a real conscious divorce. So that is what, it's not about uniteness or something. I felt it is like what happening in our real thing.
Something is happening at the level of my sanskar. That's why I am not feeling connected. So that's why this purification of sanskar is very important. So what is creating distance between us in family, between family members? If you see society in different groups, what is creating distance? Sanskars are creating distance. So people are not creating distance. The sanskar that are based on assumptions, that are creating distance. And we need to purify those sanskar. Then as an outcome we can see oneness. We can live as one society. That can be humane society. Right? So this was the whole idea. So we should give this kind of exercise to students. Just evaluate your culture. Just evaluate your objective of life. Evaluate the whole civilization. So we should develop indicators.
The person who wants to extend his sanskar to the person who is having less sanskar, he must give the space for the person who is going to provide sanskar. If he is not providing this space, then the distance will be widened and he will run away from this. Then the relationship will be broken.
So in worst case, suppose in worst case, for example, in worst case, it is not happening in our family. Worst case, I am considering worst case. So what we can do, we can work on those children who are with us. 55,000 students are studying in this. So we can work on those because they are to be parents. They are going to become parents. And one of your family member will get associated to these students. So if we cannot work on at our family due to any reason, so consider these students. So we can work on these students. They will replace the older people. They will go to post. They will be vice chancellor. They will be doctor. They will be engineer. They will be parents. If we work on these, then at least our children will not suffer as I suffered. So with that wisdom we can do. Right? With that wisdom we can do. So for example, in Uttar Pradesh, there was a case. A student was murdered in school. He was murdered. Few students killed him. Now this is one event. Now what people are taking steps to avoid this? now they have rented personal vans. They have asked schools to install a security cameras. Now these are very temporary steps. My child is not safe till the others is able to see relationship with him. The problem is relationship. Problem is not absence of security camera. Problem is the lack of relationship. So my child is safe only when others are able to see relationship with them.
Lack of sanskar also.
And that lack of sanskar, we can facilitate the process through education sanskar. And we can do it.
Those days we don't need security camera there. We have that party at home, we can keep watching and then we have good eyesight.
Actually, we have become like horse. There are two strips. So we are running only one direction. And one person is hitting hunter and you running. This is happening. Okay, so that's all from my side in this Sanskar, culture and civilization. So now it is homework for you. You can evaluate your culture, your Sanskar, your rituals. You reevaluate it and make a right program so that the purpose of these rituals can be fulfilled. Expression will change. The way we celebrate, it may change. But we must understand the purpose. And if you see the purpose will be only one. To help the consciousness to reach up to the dead state. This would be the only purpose, irrespective in which or which sect you belong to, irrespective. Right? So we need to evaluate all those if we want to live as a humane society. Right? Okay, tell me if any doubt. Any question?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Actually, I want to remember the death ceremony of my mother.
Death ceremony.
I have attended many death ceremonies, but I didn't feel that much personal. But when it comes to me, I lost my mother 2 years back. So the death ceremony is something like, we had a lot of ritual practice in our family. So each and every moment I remember now.
So the feeling is important, and a feeling will connect me to you. So each one of us needs justice, and justice means I am connected with your feelings. So this is justice.
Not only those who have lost our father, our parents,
siblings.
So body is material in nature. So I am continuous in nature. This reality we should know. it will prepare ourselves mentally to accept the reality. What I am saying, body is temporary in nature. This is a reality. Right? Okay.